Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the first season of the Berserk Apex Drift League Championship. We find ourselves at the top 16 competition night. We had almost 32 drivers go through qualifying yesterday and 16 have advanced. We are gonna begin the battle shortly. We have just given the call for them to despawn the cars. We've had a bit of a hiccup, the first one of the weekend. We're gonna count our blessings and get going. Once again, before we begin, let's have a look at the line map that we created for Englishtown. See there we have from the start line running up to outside zone 1 once more. Important to have a good flick to carry the right amount of momentum moving through the zone. Over to 2 where you have that decel area. We do not expect much clipping there once more. The people who have qualified, all of them did have dialed setups for the track, so we do not expect any washing out or in outside zone 2. Moving through the inside and outside clip over to that diesel area where again you can do a brakeless transition. If you don't and you do decide to use the diesel, so we do expect some chase drivers to clip through there. We're gonna take that into account, but hopefully the drivers will have learned to this point. And then obviously over to outside zone 3 and over the line. Yesterday we were lucky enough to be graced with the presence of Elu, who's joined the ranks of our staff. He's now a judge for this competition as well. With me as always, T4, my main man, my right hand man.
Hello everybody, you can never get rid of me, come on. Englishtown, top 16, we can't wait. I can't wait to see this.
And I was lucky enough to be taken in as a commentator and a judge in the last BDX competitive server by Smooth Entry and DXD and the whole team. And so, with us also tonight, we have Smooth Entry himself.
How the turns have tabled. And hello everybody, I am very excited to join this today because I see a lot of effort and preparation here. So I will do my best to. I am the one that's gonna be chilling a bit more than the last time, so it's gonna be very nice to see this perspective.
Absolutely.
Glad to have you, brother.
I know what it's like to have been in a position of many roles and just to be able to relax a little bit more and just talk. Also on the team tonight, like yesterday, but today you're actually gonna see his work, Orphan Smasher on the drone replay, which we are gonna see from the instant replay cams after the runs. I believe we are pretty much set to go for our first round. We did have a big upset to the Battle Championship yesterday. Our championship leader, Sigani, he did not qualify. So we do expect someone to take over the championship standing from tonight. Alright, and down at the starting line we have Blint in the lead with Ratty Two Shoes in the chase. Battle of some old giants here. I expect greatness. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are ready. Battle Championship Season 1 Round 2 Englishtown BDX. If we are ready, let's send it! Let's go!
Englishtown, woo!
Falling speeds ahead, a bit of a lag stutter moving into the initiation, does a smooth job of chasing. Going over the transition there, no braking action. Fallen seems to be on a bit of a faster setup, but Brady's doing a nice job of keeping up. No,
Complete over angle.
One chase oversteers it, oh my days.
That
Yeah.
was a smooth lead, but complete oversteer on the chase.
Brady Two Shoes shuts it down in the last zone. Major disruption.
Whether a veteran or a newbie, still one mistake is all it takes. Especially as severe as this one.
Alright, let's see it again. Let's see if Brady can pull a rabbit out of the hat. But makes a similar mistake, then obviously we will get it one more time. Flynn seems to be keeping it at a safe distance, has to not disrupt his own line. Moving to the third outside zone. Yeah, he is safe. Alright.
To be fair, he had all of the chances to play it safe because that was a complete zero on the chase's ends.
Yep.
Ready, messed up.
Fortunate turn of events, but come on, this is comp. We see crashes, mistakes, possibly one of the best tandems we'll ever see, but we'll have to wait.
Just
Or
waiting.
you're gonna be predicting for that Tandem.
Just waiting for the clips now. I believe I only have one clip. If that is both battles, then that will do. Alright, having a look at that replay from Roblox. Yeah, there we have it, going over the mid back. Ratty just spun out there. Unfortunate. I am gonna advise Normal Splasher that the file sizes are quite a lot higher than previous. It takes a lot more time.
Yep, the quality, but that is questionable in terms of replays. Hopefully that Discord isn't gonna be the limiting factor. Oh, he has Nitro. That's at least makes something better.
Yeah. Alright, we're just gonna be waiting.
So, I'll go up to the first.
Alright, here's the second replay.
By the way, you have been warned in the chat that the replays are way too loud. Guys, you gotta fix that.
Alright. Alright, there we go. That should be good now. Alright, let's hear a decision here. Actually, forgot to get my notepad out to mark decisions. And we have 3 votes for Mullen. Alright, we're gonna get set up with the next drivers now. We're just figuring stuff out as we go here. We're gonna get pushed back up at the line. And next up, we have Levi in the lead with LS7 in the chase. From red to green, we are going. Nissan versus Nissan. Levi initiates. LS7 not giving up an inch. Big fumble there at the transition over to outside zone 2. Falls back quite a bit. LS7 doing everything he can to catch up on the door of Levi as we move through the third outside zone and over the line. I believe we'll
The chaser was rapid, like he was catching up really fast, but at other times he was really far.
He did a good job of not completely shutting it down on that transition, though. I'll give him that. He's gonna have to do some magic here to pull ahead.
And he definitely did. Oh, he will. Oh my god.
Unless there's a DNF.
Ladies and gentlemen, round 2 for these 2 drivers. Let's go.
You tell him, T4.
Englishtown. Okay, nice flick into the initiation.
Alright, Levi only reduced angle.
Keeping
Probably
it nice
trying-
and close.
Keeping it safe.
Very safe.
Not really seeing
1, 2, 3,
mirroring.
4
Well, it's-
or LS72 was very high angle at that initiation though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, what? I'm pretty sure it was like a whole like white line of initiation.
Alright, that file size is definitely a lot better, thank you.
Oh man, I love the sportsmanship here. GG's across the board. Let's go.
Alright, replay time. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. There. And there. Alright, run one here. Looking back at that, LS7 did almost over-rotate. He did a good job though of reacting to the angle and doing a decent job of mirroring the angle, still trying to catch up. Yeah, actually, it doesn't look as severe when you're looking at the drone. Looking at that second one with Levi in the chase. Definitely on a reduced angle. Very reduced. Also going quite thin on that side zone too, only really feeling out the later part of it. Center punching the inside clip, moving to the last zone. He's almost no angle at all. Alright. Just waiting for the judge call now.
He had to react very fast.
Yep, judges are just thinking.
Yeah,
that.
they're really putting a little thought into this. Keeping the fights fair. Loving it.
Alright, T4,
There's how much words.
you can sing a
Oh.
song for us while we wait.
Oh no. I'm kind of like in my morning
You-
voice because I kind of just woke up. Like.
You know any lullabies? Maybe you and Smooth Entry could do a duet.
Give me the lyrics.
A lullaby. I think I'll
Give
fall
me the
asleep with
lyrics.
I think I'll fall asleep with him singing.
We are the champions.
Oh,
Karaoke.
oh man. Very,
Even in terms of style, I would say that he literally threw himself. Even when he was correcting himself, he was very confident.
Yeah, and he was still mirroring
Like
the angle.
Levi, who... Yeah, Levi just completely sacrificed that angle.
Yeah, so not much mirroring going on then. Alright, so... we have 3 calls for LS7. LS7 will move on to the grade 8. That was a good run back and analysis by the judges there. GG. Utilizing every bit of information they have, each other's knowledge, the replays. Yeah, we're on a good level now. And when it like time wise, I don't care if we have to sit here until tomorrow for one call. Just has to be fair for everyone.
Yeah. Oh man. Once again, another testament to our attention to mirroring rather than proximity due to the desync in this game.
Oh yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, competitive drifting is definitely about, from a chase perspective, it's about how well you you mirror what the lead driver is doing and if you're going where he's supposed to. You're not just supposed to be hammering on their door. If you were going straight like that, for example, in real life, then if you hit the lead driver, then the consequences would be a lot worse. Alright, we are lined back up at the start. The other two previously known contestants for us, Waffle versus Strixev. Waffle in the lead in that pink S14. Let's send it, Englishtown! Waffle initiates. Strixev right on the door from the get-go. Good transition. Oh!
Overtake. That is a complete overtake.
Yep. I think
And
Strixev
twice.
might have just cooked a bit too hard.
To be
Yeah.
fair, if an overtake wasn't a DNF, then the chase would be a better lead.
Oh yeah. Running the game back. Now let's see if Waffle was paying attention to that. Knowing him, he probably did, and he may just keep it back a little bit here. Alright, let's see.
Waffle will very likely play it
Oh,
safe.
very shallow start from the lead.
Relying.
Cooking on angle to the initiation by Waffle there as they move to the outside and inside clip. Transitioning to the last corner. Waffle actually not giving back very much. He was on the door there.
Yeah, not too safe to be fair.
I think he just wanted to give it a show. He's pretty confident with his proximity, so
Yeah, it would be a win or OMT either way.
oh yeah.
DNFs are very devastating. As good as you are.
Oh, definitely.
From what I can see, the next two participants are new to the tournament, or at least I haven't seen them before. Mentos
Yeah,
and Xtizi.
We see the clipping is immediately from the initiation. And all throughout outside zone to way to the very end.
By World Stadium Comp, do you mean on BADL or on BDX?
BADL hasn't done Wall Stadium yet.
Oh.
Yeah, Mark Schaefer run there from Waffle.
Alright,
was
so I'm
cool.
expecting a beat then. Ilu isn't a bad player.
Alright, slide him left for Waffle, slide him right for Trixev. And Waffle moves on to the grade 8 with unanimous decision. Yeah, I
Great
think
effort,
that
both drivers.
clipping was definitely just too much.
Yeah.
And like BDX, this comp is not biased and is not sponsored by Nissan.
Oh, you heard it from the BDX staff himself there. Alright, next up. Nissan versus Toyota. Changing up the grid a little bit. Mentos versus Dizzy. Dizzy. X-Dizzy.
Tizzy. Alright.
Mentos will lead. Alright, if we are ready, what? T4, call him in.
Alright, let's go. Englishtown. Woo! Alright. Lee going back and forth. Okay.
Additional background French music.
Yeah, don't mind that. Don't mind that. Anyways, anyway. Oh man. Okay, throwing it down. Pretty good mirroring from Chase. Filling out all the
Very
zones
nice
for the lead.
lead.
Okay, very nice finish from the lead.
Kept it clean. You know, both participants did what they were supposed to do. Bit far back on as far as proximity goes, but I'm gonna guess that's gonna go down to ping. I'm guessing that Mentos is gonna give you a little bit of a harder chase.
You fell out. As much as we broke down during the run, really, Mentos did a really insane job. That was one of the best plays I've seen so far.
Yeah, alright. We're going
Let's
back,
see that
back at
chase.
it again. Let's go. Get 86 in lead. Oh my god, I can't speak. Englishtown.
Good proximity.
Good proximity. Very good mirroring.
Yeah.
Look at
Going up to
that!
this door.
Mentos
86 keeping
is
it nice.
Right
man.
on it.
A little bit shallow on that outside clip, but reading it in at that last zone. Okay, all right, very nice.
Very
CZ
nice.
has no chance here. Very nice runs. To be fair, I would say that Mentos has the best run so far from Group A. Hope we will see that matchup against Poland though. They would do good opponents.
Alright, looking back at the replay here. GT86 falling behind from the get-go. Does look like he's making an effort to try and catch up, but when it comes to speed, that GT86 is just so unforgiving. Yeah. Got into one position and stayed there till the end. Looking back now at what Mentos was doing in his chase. Yeah. Right in that pocket from the get-go. Falls just a little bit behind on the transition going to outside zone 2. Gets on the door throughout the last bit of outside zone 2 over to 3. Breakless transition sort of expects that and stays with him till the end. Oh.
Yeah, Mentos is way more
Yep.
committed.
That's 3 votes for Mentos. Mentos moves on to the grade 8. Alright, we are
And
moving
from
through.
the Group B, I see Oki, One Tap Says, Slime Hypno, 715 Legion, Orafita, Uncle Leroy, 23123, and James 130. Half of those people I do not really recognize.
Oh, but it's a very stacked lineup, I'd say.
Yeah, we recognize
Especially
all
when,
of them.
especially after qualifying, definitely left some good impressions.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Man, I was just so surprised by how many OGs we had in the in the last group last night.
The
Oh,
best
man,
players to have back are the OGs, because when the OGs are back, it means that the game has up to the ante and it is worth it to come back.
Yeah. Alright, are we waiting for group 2 now? Oh yeah, I guess we were 4 battles down. Alright, we are gonna... actually... Yeah, we're just gonna roll through with the last group in the top 16, and then we're gonna go to a commercial break between top 16 and the grade 8. Oh wait, actually, they are supposed to have. Are they gonna have a practice period for the second group?
10 minutes, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Then excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I did not mean that. We are gonna roll to a commercial break now before we continue on with Group E. When we return to the action, top 16 Battle Championship Season 1, Round 2, Englishtown. Don't go anywhere. Berserk Apex Drift League is presented by. Have you ever found yourself driving like an absolute maniac? Uh-oh, this won't be good. Wowza! I wonder what our insurance agent has to say about this.
We don't cover that.
Ha! I wonder why. Let's see that again in slow motion. Jeez, that must have hurt.
Yeah, we definitely don't cover that.
BADL car insurance. Drift at your own risk.
Introducing the BADL Helmet Cam. With the breathtaking clarity of a monstrous 420p. Florian, pass auf die Brücke auf! Florian, pass auf die Scheiße! Florian, zieh zu, dass du den LKW da runterbekommst! Lass dir was einfallen, verdammt! Florian! BADL Helmet Cam. Experience the panic.
Man, I got comp in 5 minutes and I'm tired as hell. What am I gonna do? I mean, sure, I guess. Oh, mama. Matthias Go-Go Juice. Totally legal. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you join us back here in the action at Englishtown for the second round of our first season championship in Berserk Drift X. Group A has just done their runs, well, actually the first group in the top 16. We're now going to resume the top 16 and get done with the next half before we move on to the grade 8. And we are moving to the start line.
This run is gonna be Oki against one tap sass.
Oak in the lead. Alright, we are perched up at the start line.
Not a single Nissan in sight.
That's a first. Yeah, we want to make a clear mention that Berserk Drift X is not sponsored by Nissan. Alright, we are going Englishtown! Very laggy initiation as we move to the second outside zone. That RTR trying to catch up with the Corvette of Oakberry as we speed along through the inside clip to the third outside zone. And oh my laggy days.
Nice and thick on the lead side, but the chase was... Yeah,
I think a little
the
bit
chase
too
wasn't
far.
the best.
It was clearing out all the zones, but just too far, I think. I believe. But we'll see how the chase goes for the Oak.
For the Oak, indeed. Alright, Mustang versus Corvette. I am so laggy that I didn't even see the lights.
Oh,
Oh,
that
little
is a
bump from the chase.
massive wall tap.
Mustang keeping it nice and clean throughout the lead. Oak making it to his door at the
Huge
second outside
mirror.
zone. In and out. Looking at really aiming into the last zone. And
Holy. Oak did try his best to do up for it.
Alright, I didn't
Make up
see
for
a
it,
single
yeah.
second of that battle. I having 1.5k ping. Who is DDoSing
oh,
me?
I don't know, man. Must be
Is it the
I'm
Russians
doing
or
that.
the aliens?
I am doing that through stale scale. I am doing that.
Ow.
Direct access to the network. You
Alright.
can hear him lagging.
I don't think his wife is the best right now. Alright.
I'm fetching the replays
Hopefully we'll get some
now.
replays now.
Oki did a very good job though.
Yeah, despite the bump, I think he did a pretty good job, especially trying to make up for the last few zones after the big bump at the I believe it's the initiation.
Yeah. Kinda, I mean, he did lose a lot of angle at one point, but I would not say that it is critical enough to take off that much. Yeah, it's
My-
kinda straight.
My opinion on these runs before I see the replays is completely not worth it. Because that was pretty much a PowerPoint presentation for me. Alright, let's see that replay. Very good line work from the Mustang. Very shallow on angle and proximity, moving through the second outside zone. Basically entirely missing the outside clip.
Holy Jesus!
Alright, and that second run. Mustang trying to speed ahead, but Oak is not fair. Oh, big wall tap from Oak there. Did do a much better job at mimicking the angle and the proximity and the line and everything. Hitting every zone. Yeah, that was just a bit of a big tap on entry. But it, you know, for me, I really... There's a rule that they made it in From Drift in later years where, you know, if you're a thing that you do, like if it doesn't actually upset the person you're driving with, especially in the lead position, then if that doesn't upset the chase driver in any way, then they won't get a tandem point deduction on that. Alright, let's hear what the judges have to say. We have 3 calls for Oak. Oak will move on to the top 4. Wow. Alright.
Oak did win by a huge margin though. He just gained up points, like physically even, he gained all the possible points that he lost on that step, as big as it was.
Yeah. Definitely, if that crash had been any bigger than that, it would not have been recoverable for Oak.
Yeah, and he got pretty lucky.
Alright, and next up I believe we have another member from the Valhalla team, Sime Hypno versus Legion. Legion we've seen on the field all the way since Berserk Drift 2.
The veteran. I know I do see the first time though. I do see a lot of members that I haven't seen before, and I am very glad.
Oh, you have seen Sime before. I can. Him and Oak.
I would say one thing, I guess. I do not remember nicknames well. I remember Carly very well.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
do not remember this one.
Alright, another Nissan battle. Don't think I've ever seen Legion in anything else but a Nissan. Alright, Smooth Enter, you can call him in.
Alright, flicking into
Ooh.
initiation. Alright.
Nice and
Very
close.
Close. Yeah, indeed. Oh man, very close.
That is not an overtake yet, but that was pretty close.
Got pretty hairy.
Yeah.
Good lord, that
Oh, man.
mirroring. That was just all
I
the
just-
angle. All of it.
Yeah.
I do see quite a tiny bit of lag on 715 Legion Sense, so hopefully that doesn't mess things up.
Yeah, I saw that. The lights are red, the lights are green, let's send it Englishtown!
Let's see what kind of chase Sime pulls for
Sime
this run.
keeps it very, very tidy. Shallow angle on initiation, mirroring the angle of Legion. As he moves throughout the second outside zone, Sime is doing a much cleaner job trying to anticipate that diesel zone and over the line.
Oh man.
Any harder braking there and that would have been a clipping.
I would say that Hypno was better throughout, like more stable, and Legion was better in very specific segments, at which point he just did and over again.
Yeah,
It was unstable in his case.
yeah, Sime definitely did seem to try to keep it cleaner. Legion was just giving it everything he had. Unfortunately, we have a talented panel of judges with us who's doing that job for us.
Huh. Man, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. I'm like, judging these runs are like very hard, man. Like,
Yeah, especially when we
It's
get
like-
to
it's like
this level
classic.
of driving.
yeah.
Looking back
Especially
at that,
when I'm trying to keep it fair.
yeah, looking back at that replay, Sime did lose Legion a little bit in the initiation, but he got back up. Very all over the place, almost clipping through him to the inside clip. Going to the last zone, sacrifices quite a bit of line to catch back up on the door. Now let's see that second run. And Sime from the get-go doing a nice job of filling out the zone and mirroring the angle. I did think he was a bit shallower on angle, but it turns out he wasn't. Doing a nice job again, filling out the zones all the way through the end. Only really goes thin on the outside zone 3. Alright.
Although I would argue those runs were pretty close. Pretty
Yeah.
even, although
And we have 3 votes for Sime. Sime moves on to the top 4.
second to last fight of the top 8. Profits against Leroy.
Top.
So we are still in the 16. just in that
No.
the other half
Other
group
half.
of the top 16.
Yeah, don't worry, man. I did the same mistake a few times. Oh man.
I resend the battle brackets for the top 8, so... Right now it's Rapita against Leroy.
Alright, Rafita and Daisy. Alright, just waiting for Daisy to line up now. Neon green, he's on S15.
Neon!
Alright, the lights are red, the
Alright.
lights are green, let's send it, Englishtown!
I did not see the green lights, the car was way too green. Holy Jesus.
Alright,
What?
Rafita catches an early lead, Daisy doing everything to try and catch up back on the door. of
Daisy
that.
is not doing anything to try catch up. That is
Oh,
far.
he is.
Rafita running far away from Daisy.
okay.
That is unstable and messy, to say the least.
Daisy, the only phone driver that made it into comp. That in itself
Yeah.
has earned my respect.
Definitely.
Alright, let's see what happens here. Second red for Daisy and Rafita. Alright, good initiation from both drivers. Rafita opting to keep it at a safer distance.
That is complete straighten.
Yep, that would appear so. Daisy hit the
Oh.
ball.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Rafita being a good sport, still holding that door.
To be fair, both of them messed up quite a bit.
Alright, let's look at the analysis from this.
And that is an auto MT then. Or you could judge the individual runs, but I don't think that's what it like OMT at this point. Yeah.
Alright, let's look at that replay. First one with Rafita in the lead. And that is that's a big disruption there. Yeah, I think from what I'm hearing, there's yeah, okay. So, yep, we have 2 incompletes in the lead, meaning we will have a one more time for Daisy and Rafita. Let's see if the phone driver can redeem herself.
The phone driver is channeling the color green to throw us off when the run starts.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man.
It's witchcraft.
Hey, nah.
Unfair advantage.
Alright, just waiting for Daisy now to get back on the line. Alright, Smooth Enter, you give us the commentary on this run.
Wait! Now let's look at the second run. This time I hope for a cleaner. And that is starting off pretty far. The lead is doing good angle but slowed down a lot. The chase is trying to keep up, that is way better than it was before. Lead is somewhat stable, the chase is 2 bodies behind. No, that is almost a complete...
Ooh.
And that is... Yeah, Daisy straightens and the lead almost completely straightens. Right at the very end.
Yeah, that could be an incomplete right at the very end there. We're gonna have to watch that back. Leaving that up to the judges.
Daisy definitely straightens. I saw an invert. Rerun the run. Film. Very early there, had to drag out it a lot due to with the handbrake. Nice and wide, although that is quite a bit slow. Good tandem on Rapide side, that is way better than his first chase was. That is a massive step here by Daisy, and no DNFs inside, but
Alright.
Rapide has an advantage here.
This is new to me. Rafida has been practicing religiously for the last few months, and he's done so well in every comp. This is outside the normal.
Rafita has a massive advantage here, I think. I do not think that he DNF'd in the first run, and he did not DNF in the second run, so no DNFs is better than 1 DNF at least.
Absolutely. We're gonna leave the judges to analyze. Now let's look at those replays.
Especially at the replay of the first run, I literally saw an invert of Sophie.
Alright, looking back at run 1 here from Daisy and Rafida.
Daisy, oh my days, why the hell did I say so?
Alright, Daisy is barely on angle, losing quite a bit of proximity, especially throughout outside zone 2. She is doing what she's supposed to do, but she is not really in the running at all. Let's have a look at that angle from Rafida at the end there, as he hit the wall. Yeah, no, he was not straight there, and there he is over the line.
Daisy just completely went off the entire line as soon as the run finished. That is not normal.
Daisy causing herself a crash in order to initiate on her lead run. That's an interesting technique. Even though Rafida could keep it safe there, he is just not holding back at all. Alright, yeah. Major disruption at the end there for Daisy's lead run as well. Alright, interesting.
Daisy's deploying many different tactics. 2 so far. 1, trying to chameleon into the goddamn countdown lights, and the second one is the wall. Guess we got a chameleon on our hands.
And we have 3 votes for Rafida. Rafida will move on to the top 4. Alright, we got through it. It was a bit of a mess, but we got through it. Tell us, T4, how's the weather over yonder?
Yonder. I don't know.
The last round for the top 8 today, and we are gonna move on. 23, 123, and
Wait.
against James 130.
Did I think I may have fumbled again. I said top 4, I meant top 8. Alright, James 130.
Stop 16, stop 16.
Who is touching the lights?
What the hell is going on?
All right,
There's
one
that, scandal over there.
Weimir is breaking down today.
one Speedy versus James 130. Nissan versus Nissan. Same chassis, although quite a different suspension tune. You're all about to see why. Now we saw one Speedy both in qualifying last night and during round 1 at Long Beach. Alright, let's send it! Englishtown! Nasty
Our
swing
initiation.
by one Speedy, moving over to the second outside zone.
What is going on with the chase?
James is falling back quite a bit, maybe desyncing quite badly as they move to the third outside zone and over the line. Alright, I thought that was
Over
gonna...
a good mirroring on the other
Yeah,
side.
I thought there was gonna be more drama than that, but it was just distance. That's one way to turn around. Alright, second half of the all-out Nissan battle. Nissan battle in battle. Alright, we are going down the line. James initiates. One Speedy keeps it a little bit tighter, I believe.
What is going on with
But-
the chasers?
Alright, catching up. Keep it closer. Alright, we're definitely more in the running than James was. Moving to the third outside zone. Falls back a little bit again. Alright. This judge call is
Questionable chases.
this judge call is definitely just gonna come down to mirroring. Proximity was pretty much the same.
One thing that I should recommend is that we should calm a tiny bit down while the run is happening, because Matthias and others are trying to commentate, so if you mind, please.
Alright, looking back, run 1 there with James in the lead. Quite a gap going on there. It does look like they are reacting to each other. One Speedy falling back on line and angle there as they move to the final zone. Alright, let's see how James is mirroring compared to that. Alright, so James fell behind just under the tunnel. He is a lot further back. Sacrifices most of outside zone 1. Not on angle or within the zone much. 2 out of 2. Does get a little bit closer both in angle and proximity at the later stages. As they move to the final zone, that is really the only point where we see proper mirroring. Alright, interesting.
To be fair, they did really bad on the chase, both runs. The lead were, I guess, normal, but the chases in both runs were really bad, seriously. Huge gaps, and let's see the decisions then. James mirroring. Oh no. I'm not reading that left.
Oh, hang on, let me just make sure. Alright, that is...
I see 1 vote for 23123, 2 votes for 23123, and
We have 3! 3 votes for him. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 moves
He votes
up
indeed.
to the grade A.
I know my 5s and 6 too. I do not remember the 4th though.
Alright.
Learning base 3 together.
I'm just looking at where we are in the. Just
So far,
requesting-
what I can comment is that we had some good runs and some very, very questionable runs so far in the first 16. And now we are moving up to the next brackets.
Oh,
Half
so
the people have the skill. Half the skill. Double the skill.
all right, Wymir, could you send the updated challenge bracket? I'm trusting that you're putting in the scores as you go.
I sure hope it is not half the people have the skill.
All right, the top 16 is done. The bracket for grade 8 has been made. They are gonna have a little practice period, and while they do so, we're gonna roll over to a commercial break once more. When we return to the action, the grade 8 resumes. Berserk Apex Drift League is presented by Have you ever found yourself driving like an absolute maniac? Uh-oh, this won't be good. Wowza! I wonder what our insurance agent has to say about this.
We don't cover that.
Ha! I wonder why. Let's see that again in slow motion. Jeez, that must have hurt.
Yeah, we definitely don't cover that.
BADL car insurance. Drift at your own risk.
Introducing the BADL Helmet Cam. With the breathtaking clarity of a monstrous 420p. Florian, pass auf die Brücke! Florian, pass auf die Scheiße! Florian, wie kurz für die Lenker wieder runterbekommen! Lass dir was einfallen, verdammt! Florian! BADL Helmet Cam. Experience the panic.
Man, I got comp in 5 minutes and I'm tired as hell. What am I gonna do? I mean, sure, I guess. Oh, mama. Matthews Go-Go Juice. Totally legal. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through tonight's main event of the weekend, the top 16 of the second round of the Battle Championship at E-Town. The drivers who have progressed into the Grade 8 are in a practice period right now. They still have a few minutes left, I believe, until we get started. But until then, let's have some opinions from our panel of staff here, commentators, Smooth Entry and T4. So, how's the top 16 been?
Mixed. To say the least, mixed. Some of the runs were good, but seriously, I expect better from the top 8. As rough as it sounds, there were some very dirty runs, so... Although I can point out a few of the runs that were seriously clip material.
So
like... Continue, Matthews.
we definitely have some cleanup to do for some of the drivers. But yeah, this is expected, you know. Especially, you know, it was even more apparent back in the day when we did top 32s, like top 32 tandem battles. And you know, all the bad drivers would go out in the 32 and all the way down to 16 and 8. And you know, it's just a natural progression of drifting. You know, we're gonna see the best driving at the end.
Yeah, I am very glad that there exists qualifications, because trying to manage top 32 in one singular sitting is insane.
Takes quite a bit. Alright, and we are perched up at the starting line. We have Ballint, the number 1 qualifier in the lead position, with LO7 giving chase. I believe we are ready to fire off the first drivers in the Grade 8. Oh, good lord, lag. The lights are green, let's send it, Englishtown! Alright, good initiation. LO7 doing a very good job of mirroring the angle and line of that 180 SX by Ballint. Very clean run. Right until the very end. Man, the angle that these two drivers are driving at, that was very good.
First run of the top 8, and this was clean as hell. Really good.
They do that over.
I can't wait to see the rest. Oh man.
Yeah. I much rather watch a one more time decision because of how clean it was, rather than because of the mistakes that were made. Alright, second run. Let's send it! Englishtown! Good initiation by
Not
LS7.
controlling his energy.
Oh my laggy days.
Laggy days indeed.
Oh, keeping it nice and close.
Holy door
that's
to
an inside
door.
clip.
Seem to be
We're
seeing the
throughout
same
the
recipe
ending
here and right on the door throughout the last
Alright.
song.
Dude,
Wowza!
Michelin cooks.
Sweet!
That is clean as hell. Both of them.
Someone's gotta call the doctor because are you kidding me? Alright, eagerly awaiting.
Chefs here. Only thing
replays.
that I can point out is that Poland's hits a wall. That was a minor wall tap, if I'm not mixing things up, but it can be the deciding factor here with the cleanliness of both of the runs.
Alright,
Yeah.
Alright, we got
especially
the
when they're filling out
reloads.
all of the zones. Oh man.
the replays are coming in now. Alright, let's have a watch of this. Alright, that first one with Ballint in the lead. LS7 just going minorly thin, but mirroring that savage angle just perfectly. Actually doing a better job of filling out the first part
I
of
did
outside
not see.
zone 2. Doing a very nice job through the clips as they move over the line. Allen did keep it closer from the get-go in his chase run. Gets a little bit unstable, but gets right into the pocket at outside zone 2. Right on the door through the clips. And a
Let
good
Matthias
transition.
commentate, please.
And there we are, over the line. Wow. Alright.
Yeah, Matthias is done, so yeah.
Yeah, luckily I can't hear them, so...
Oh, you muted them, alright.
Yeah.
And I'm just out here thinking. Alright.
Yeah, no, that's just a precaution I take when we're doing the streams.
Good idea.
So we had like so we entered like talking to Steph for like of the competition. While the audience is wondering who's he talking to.
Alright, we have one call for Ballin. Other two judges are probably watching it back. There is not much it's gonna come down to here.
All ball to you.
And we have 3 votes for Ballin. Ballin
Three.
moves to the top 4. Alright, we are down to the first drivers in the grade
Absolutely
A.
great effort from the top 8. That's good.
That was a good show right there. Let's keep going on that streak. I want to see more of that.
I am saving
Hell yeah.
both of the clips here.
Alright,
Next up is gonna be Damien or and Mentos.
aka Waffle. Or Pancake, like Elo
Yep.
calls him. In his pink Nissan S14. Another pink Nissan coming up to the line by Mentos. Ever so slightly warming the tires up. Alright, the battle of the pink Nissans.
The tournament is increasing its Nissanness.
Yeah. We gotta have a talk to DXT about that. Maybe we have to nerf the Nissans. Give up some space for other cars. Alright, the lights are red, the lights are green. We are going Englishtown! Good initiation by Waffle using that early momentum curve. Mentos goes on the inside. Goes a bit
What is
more
Mentos
out.
doing here?
Just hammering on that proximity. Out to the wall they both go. Very close job to the later half of this run. Wow. Alright, they cleaned it up at the later half there. Pretty good.
Mentos had a very hard time trying to space them.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to get used to Waffle's driving style and line there. Seemed to get it at the end. Alright, now will Waffle give it all or will he keep it calm?
I am pretty sure that Waffle might not be able to catch up in the first place. He's pretty
Pick up,
slow.
pick it, initiation zone, let's go. Woo!
Alright,
Alright.
on it from the get-go. A little bit unstable
Never
moving into
mind.
2, but seems to be more dialed than Mentos was. Keeping it at a bit more safe pace and proximity, but he is exactly where he needs to be. Very nice.
That is not safe, that is perfect. That
Alright.
is really good. Alright, but what did Mentos do on the first run? Mentos did mess quite a bit.
I know from experience though that the S14 is one of the more special moving cars, so like I guess that Mentos probably just had a harder time getting the line dialed into what Waffle was doing. But he absolutely was doing what he was supposed to do. He was where he was supposed to be. Now let's see that
Mentos
replay.
initiation was still pretty messy, so that could very much kill him.
Absolutely, getting point deductions on. You are supposed to run a chaseable lead lap. See, the judges are gonna be the final call on what that means. All right, the replay is in. Let's see. First run. Waffle making good use of momentum throughout the initiation on a bit of a shallow angle, but it sets him up just perfectly. Mentos did not expect that, and that threw him off pretty badly. Trying very hard to catch up, and that was the deciding factor to where he ended up during the first half of that run. As they come out to the third outside zone, could be a little bit better on mirroring, but very stable. Very good job there.
Waffle is definitely a better runner here than Mentos was.
Waffle kept it back on initiation as to not mess up. Does dial it back just a little bit, moving into the second outside zone. Doing a very good job of staying where he needs to be. Not overly aggressive on angle or mirroring, but Alright, very clean.
And then the balance. I am guessing that it's gonna be Waffle Trio, but who knows?
Alright, so let's start making jokes about the announcers in this comp. So on Norwegian, a Spanish Chinese Londoner and a Portuguese man walks into a bar.
Oh man. Bro. Chinese. hey man.
I'm just giving you.
I guess we don't discriminate.
Oh, we hate everyone equally here. I'm just kidding. I love you, man. All right.
I love you too, brother.
The judges are thinking cutely, analyzing, reading the rule book, making
To be
a
fair,
sandwich.
both runs were really clean.
They are doing anything but in the rule book right now.
I definitely have a vote in mind from watching the replays myself, but I'm not gonna comment on that.
Yeah.
Not my job.
I mean, I'm reading over the runs again, and man,
Alright.
I just gotta get over like.
So you can't.
levels
To the judge
driving.
saying that you cannot do 2 votes like that, you gotta have 1 definitive vote. If you're in doubt, you know what to vote for. That's why we have that function.
Matthias, did they all vote really? Because I still hear a discussion.
Yeah, no, they haven't. There's only been 1 person voting.
Oh, my bets. I'm just like 2 minutes behind on the live stream or more. I'm just thinking, why did you like make all the votes win for 1 person? God's hand from the previous stream is what it reminds me of.
Let me just mute myself real quick so I can give an message to them. Alright.
I'm pretty sure for Stone Tea it is then. Seriously, like, let's do 15 more seconds, decide our own tea, and because it's taking.
Alright, we have 2
So 4
calls for
minutes
it one
already.
more time, so 1 more time it will be, no matter what the judge
Yeah.
says. Alright, let's see it again. I'd much rather see it again than make it unfair. Alright, let's keep it clean so we can have a deciding factor here. Alright, let's send it!
Opal in the lead, and Bendos in the chase. Way cleaner this run,
Wow.
that is way better than it was.
That is the best first
Who's
song
pushing
we've
up?
seen all night. Vento's doing a
But
very
Ari
good
is
job
filling it
throughout
out.
the run. As they move to the
Oh,
third
God.
outside zone, Ventos falls back just a little bit, but done a beautiful job throughout the entire run, right from the get-go.
I've seen a very small wall tap, but I cannot say for sure. On the chase ascent, so that was mental. We will see in a bit.
Amen. Alright. Second run after 1 more time. Let's send it. Good initiation. Waffle gets a little bit thrown off on angle there. bit of a jitter going into outside zone 2. Oh!
And that is a 2.
And
And
that,
out of the inner zone. That
That
concludes
is-
it for Waffle.
that is very conclusive there. Sadly, I
Yeah.
believe that is gonna be it for Waffle.
Good runs, especially the first one. Very clean, but the wall taps are the deciding factor here. Waffle is driving into a tree.
Alright, just shortly looking back at the replay there. That swing into initiation there was incredible by Mentos. Getting that dialed that early in the run, that is good. And he keeps it at that exact pace and distance throughout the entire run, just minorly thin on the last zone.
Went right in.
Right into the pocket. Waffle did a good job on initiation as well, but does get thrown off by Mentos' deeper line going into outside zone 2. And as they come out of 2, yeah, that's the point where Waffle washes out and hits the wall. Man,
Yep.
really sucks to go out now. Goal like that, but
Lack of angle here, I can suspect, but it is the... It is what happened
Yep.
that matters, and Waffle is out.
3 votes for Mentos. Mentos moves on to the top 4. Alright, moving it along now. We are gonna see Oak versus Syme, the Valhalla team going up against each other.
That is gonna be very interesting.
These two practice religiously together all the time, so I expect greatness here. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's send it! Englishtown! Corvette versus S13. As they swing into the initiation, Syme gets right up onto the door of Oak Gary as they transition over to the second outside zone. The angle, the mirroring, everything is just perfect. Moving to the outside clip and the inside clip, transitioning over the mid bank, over to the third outside zone. Syme just going back just a little bit, but man, what a run that was.
This is even better than the previous lead run. This was very nice. I do see that they have been practicing quite a bit here.
Yeah, this is, for reference, this would be like the Shanahan brothers going up against each other.
Absolutely. Same livery and everything. Unless somebody makes a mistake, I am suspecting an OMT. Both runs are very good. No, I mean, the first run.
Yeah.
Let's see the second run though.
Alright, let's go. Corvette giving chase. As they move to the initiation, Corvette swings to the wall, does a bit of a wall tap it seems like, as they transition over to the second. Oak right on the door of Syme. As they head over to the inside clip, over the mid back to the third outside zone. Oak doing a little bit of a better job at the outside zone 3. And there we are over line. Clean runs.
I can say that Oak did mess up one thing. That is the initiation compared to Slime. Or Syme. What is Slime? He was quite a bit farther. So I
Yeah.
would suspect that the judges would hang on to that. So let's see the judgments. I did hear the judges say that the zones weren't filled out too much, especially the outer ones. So that could be the primary other reason for questions on the judges' end, so
Yeah,
we will see in the judgments. So far they are just keeping quiet.
both drivers
Intensely
are
judging the replays.
definitely
Definitely.
going for speed here. Looks like Syme did drop a tire at outside zone 3. Looking at Oak's chase here. Alright, kept it very clean there.
Tire drop versus proximity. It is the question of that
Alright,
right
and
now.
Syme did drop
Ooh.
a tire in his lead on outside zone 2 as well at the exit. Oak shallows
get
up on
two
angle just a little
drop
bit at
tires.
the exit of outside zone 3 to catch back up to Syme.
Syme dropped tires 2 times. Oki, I did not see Oki drop tires, although he had suffered in proximity, but 2 tire drops is a very deciding factor. As clean as it was. I saw, if I'm not mistaken, I saw 2 tire drops for Syme across 2 different runs.
Chase and lead, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oak here might not win due to the cleanliness and closeness, but he won due to the fact that he did not drop tires. Syme was very close, but he sacrificed
We
his
have-
line and
1 vote for Oak. And 3 votes with unanimous decision. Oak moves on to the top 4.
indeed.
Alright. Some good cost analysis and talk between the judges here, doing exactly what they need to. I definitely agree with that decision.
And now on to the last round of the top 4. Top 8?
Wait, top 8.
4. Ora, top 8 indeed. Ora Pizza against 2-3-1-2-3. I do indeed need the pills. Not dementia yet, soon to be.
Oh, we can show
I
the
predict
tab.
my
Let's-
illnesses.
Going through all the hardships here over at BADL.
Absolutely. Oraphilia or 3-1-2-3.
Alright,
Rafita in the
Rafita,
lead.
we are ready. T4 and Smooth Enter, you guys take this one.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I can't wait to see this.
3-1-2-3 is looking like he's warming up his knuckles for the run. With the way his car is jumping.
Alright, okay, the lights are going up.
And good
Flicking to
initiation.
Chase keeping it nice and close immediately. Okay.
That is pretty wide here on the chase. Way too wide. Sacrifice proximity.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, going into touch and goes. Okay.
That
got
is
the
still
lost
way
outside
too
zone.
far.
And
2 to 3 car
oh,
bodies
wow.
behind.
Okay. I mean, I don't know
Alright.
I don't know about you, but for my team, like 1 car or 2 cars behind. Overall, I don't think they did that many mistakes. Aside of the proximity, and
Proximity is the main issue here.
yeah.
Let's say it's definitely the struggle of that suspension tune. 1 to 3.
Well, at least he can warm up before the run.
Yeah, it gives
Yeah.
it gives him an advantage in his lead runs because he can move in that special way. But when he's in a chase position, it just really throws him off.
I think both drivers are ready. Lights are up. Lights are red. Lights are green. Let's go. For the top 8, let's
Lights are bread. I
Bread.
quote.
Alright, flicking initiation.
Rapid is still far, way closer here in the middle on the outside zone 2. It's here.
Oh, okay, good mirroring throughout the last few zones. And filling out the
Ora
last zone.
Pizza did
Okay.
a better job in terms of proximity. I am not sure about any and all tire drops here. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
same.
any.
Definitely,
So it is up to proximity.
yeah, definitely seems like Rafita has cleaned up his act from his previous runs tonight.
Mm-hmm. I am absolutely sure that the judges will judge this all in terms of proximity. Although there were issues with lines, it is the main factor that I would be taken into account if I will won.
Yeah, definitely. So with the desync in this game, it's
And
quite hard
of
to
course,
adjust.
remember the phrase: red, bread, green.
Red, red, green.
Back at that replay. 1 to 3 in his chase there. As they head over to the second outside zone, that's where he goes too wide. Shallows up on angle to try and catch up, and it's sort of just... yeah, that really messes him up going to the outside clip. And to the final zone, he just loses too much speed and falls behind. Did manage to get an early lead in his lead position, but Rafida getting right back on the door, sacrificing line just beautifully to get right on the door. All the way to the final zone. And yeah, he's just with him for the entire thing. Alright.
Oh,
The
man.
judges are debating proximity versus mimicry right now.
Yeah. Definitely, balancing out the factors. I don't know, from my perspective, I feel like, 2-3, 2-3-1, 2-3, I think. 2-3, 2-3-1, 2-3? 2-3? Okay, 23.
Having a stroke.
Alright, I feel like 23 had, like, much less angle during chase.
His pacing was definitely off in his position, having to adapt the way he was transitioning to get back onto Rafida.
Yes, especially with his unique car settings.
Alright, well, the judges are deciding. Let's keep watching the replay.
Oh man, I wonder if just gonna include an answer shortly.
And I did hear Rafida's initiation wasn't... He did fall behind a little bit, going a little bit thin. I believe that's a move he did to be able to keep up with the tune that 123 has on his car. Right, this is gonna be an interesting one.
With the judge time once again.
Maybe I don't know, man. It is Topian after all.
1 OMT, 2 MT.
Alright, there will be a one more time. And
2
a
actually
for
3 1 OMT.
one more for Rafida and 2 one more times. That means we will see that one more time. Alright boys, you got this again.
Yep, me and people. Initiation, there was white on the chase's ends. There was hugging that round. Very good proximity here, way better than the previous run did. Genuinely, this is way
Great
better.
finish! Oh my days!
Yeah, way better proximity there. In the end, the start was still questionable, but what can I say definitely is that 2-3-1-2-3 had a very aggressive initiation here. I'm hoping to see this same thing in the later run, because that will gain them a lot of points and confidence.
Or maybe confidence points itself. Alright, well, driver's lined up. Lights are red, lights are green, let's go! Oh!
And again,
Oh! Wow, Rafida shuts it
slide
down.
out.
Alright.
Taking a look at 2-3-1-2-3 right now. Continuing well enough, safe enough to just finish, even managing to flash his lights and completely going off the line, but that does not matter much as
Yeah, I believe we're not
as
gonna be
Rafida completely is gone.
seeing a replay of this one. Yep, that's
It
three
is not necessarily much. And
Three
Rafida
calls.
is gone
calls for 1, 2,
from
3.
top 8.
Man, it sucks to go out on the words like that. Feels so bad for Rafida.
Especially after an OMT.
Seems like he's been struggling ever since we started. He did a very good job in qualifying, and all of the practice he's been doing in the last few weeks leading up to this, he's just been on rails. So gonna be eager to hear his perspective later on.
Everyone with the sickness, I guess.
Down with the sickness.
Are we gonna get another 3, 2, 1?
Well, I'm not sneezing, so.
And
Alright.
what can be concluded right now is that the top 8 is done, and we have 4 and 2 more people to compete in the top 4, top 2, or aka the finals, and the top 3 battle.
Yep, that's right. Oh, and we are lined up for the first battle in the top 4 here. The number 1 qualifier, Balint versus Mentos. I cannot wait to see this. Balint has really dug up his old aggression, and he's just been on rails. Mentos, on the other hand, like, fresh player, been in quite a few comps lately, and I've never seen him as good as he's been all through qualifying and now. So this is gonna be a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's send it! BDX. Balint
I was waiting
initiates.
for this run.
Swings into the first zone. Mentos bumps the wall just ever so slightly. Shallows up on angle as he move into the second outside zone. Mentos falls back a little bit, but right back in the pocket as we go through the second half of the run. Over the inside clip through the third outside zone. Shallows up just a little bit to stay with Balint.
Mistake on the initiation.
That could cost
That
Mentos
is what I
dearly, though.
see. That definitely will.
I don't think I've seen Balint make a single mistake throughout all of this, so this could be
The second run is...
This could be the time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, second run for these two drivers. Mentos in the lead, Balint in the chase. As they swing in. No hits on the wall, keeping it clean. Balint has a good spotter. He probably knows when to keep it safe, but it seems like he is not giving up any ground to Mentos. Falls back a little bit throughout the later half of the second outside zone as they go over the mid bank to the third outside zone. Once more, falls back a little bit, but keeps the pacing.
Nice and safe.
Good position. He doesn't go overly behind or too much into him. Very, very good
very
run.
safe run. Okay.
If the top matters that much, then it's definitely Balint that's gonna win.
Yeah. Though I will admit, Chase on the initiation. It's a little bit like Shadow, but we'll see what the judges have to say about that.
Alright, as the replays from Orphan Smasher are loading in here. Alright, run 1 there. Balint in the lead. Mentos, there you have that wall hit. Definitely disrupted him quite a bit. And Shallows up on angle trying to catch back up. Seeing that same style of going straight on the door throughout the inside and outside clip. All the way to the third outside zone. And over the line.
Balint first vote in.
Alright, Balint
Waiting for the other two.
keeping it much safer.
2. Already 2 votes for Balint, so it is
Alright, you
3.
Alright,
Oh,
those
my
were the
bad, alright.
replays. And the calls are in, I believe. Three votes for Balint. Balint moves to the finals. Which means Mentos will be in the battle for third place. Alright.
Alright. Oh man. What a battle.
And these seconds run of the top 4. Hem. Who is gonna be in the second round of the top 4?
Alright, now coming up to the line, the final drivers in the top 4. Oak versus 1, 2, 3. Corvette versus Nissan. It's nice to see a different car than a Nissan at the final stages of this competition. It's not often we do that anymore. Alright, the lights are red, the lights are green. Corvette versus Nissan. Let's send it, Englishtown!
Oh yeah, brother. Woo!
Alright, that same swing we've seen from Oak all weekend as they transition over to the second outside zone. 1 to 3 shallows up an angle just a little bit heading into the zone as they move over the inside and outside clip over to third. Nice brakeless transition from Oak. They're losing 1 to 3. Alright.
2-3, 1-2-3 initiated better than the lead, but finished worse than the lead.
I know that the pacing of that Corvette is quite high, so I don't think Oak is gonna fall behind much.
Let's hope for good proximity.
Alright, let's go, ladies and gentlemen of Berserk Drift X! Good initiation. Oak seems to have fallen behind just a little bit.
Cuts in. And still not being able to catch up. And the tire drop. And a complete straighten.
Oak shuts it down.
Oak is completely gone. Mid-run.
Alright. And unfortunately, that is gonna be an incomplete for Oak. Yep, that is 3 votes for 1 to 3. 1 to 3 moves to the finals as well, which means Oak will be in the battle for 3rd place. I believe we are gonna head straight to the battle for 3rd place now, and then we're gonna have a short break before the finals to let the finalists have a little bit of practice. Then it will be a wrap.
And get a good run for some clips. I hope that it's not gonna be messy, but I'm expecting a lot.
Alright, I believe we are just waiting for Mentos. Oh wait. I'm not sure.
Mentos is taking their time.
Alright, and rest assured, once more, the winner of 3rd place will not be announced after the battle. That will be for the podium. And we are standing at the lights now.
Mentos leads, Oki chase.
The battle for 3rd place. Alright boys, I'm gonna let you handle this one. You gotta really hype up now.
Oh man, I can't wait to see this. Okay, let's go. Lights are red. Lights are green. Englishtown, here we go. Woo!
Yeah.
Mediocre initiation. Nice and close proximity here, although I do feel that the lead slowed down really much. Close here on the outer edge here in the ends. Good run, except the fact that the lead was hella slow.
Alright, we're gonna have to watch that back to see if that was within the decel areas.
We go once again. Both cars hitting the track. Okay, let's go.
Over angle, massive angle from Metal. Once again.
Metal shooting up at the end.
Nice and close here otherwise. Massive mistake from Mentos.
Good sportsmanship for keeping in it still when it seemed lost there. Alright. And unless we have a call for a one more time here, then the results will not be announced for the podium.
Yep.
And we do
And
have
it is
we do have a winner for third place. Will be announced at the podium. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that we are at the end of the bracket now. The only thing remaining is the finals. Which means we are gonna have a short commercial break, let the finalists practice for a bit, and then we're gonna get to it. Don't go anywhere when the action returns.
Use it.
Berserk Apex Drift League is presented by Have you ever found yourself driving like an absolute maniac? Uh-oh, this won't be good. Wowza! I wonder what our insurance agent has to say about this.
We don't cover that.
Ha! I wonder why. Let's see that again in slow motion. Jeez, that must have hurt.
Yeah, we definitely don't cover that.
BADL car insurance. Drift at your own risk.
Introducing the BADL Helmet Cam. With the breathtaking clarity of a monstrous 420p. Florian, pass auf die Brücke auf! Florian, verdammt die Scheiße! Florian, wie kurz für die Lenker wieder runterbekommen! Lass dir was einfallen, verdammt! Florian! BADL Helmet Cam. Experience the panic.
Man, I got comp in 5 minutes and I'm tired as hell. What am I gonna do? I mean, sure, I guess. Oh, mama. Mathias Go-Go Juice. Totally legal. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Here we arrive at the finals. Balin taking revenge for his fallen teammate, Sigani, who didn't make it to qualifying, sadly. But here we are, at the last level. Balin versus 123. Nissan versus Nissan, 180 versus S15. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are ready to see it one final time tonight.
Oh yeah, brother. And you know I can't wait to see this. Come on, let's go! Englishtown! Woo!
Yeah, brother.
Alright. Both drivers are ready. Lead judge on the lights. Hopefully. Possibly, perhaps. Maybe. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, warming up his tires ritually. Let's go. Can't wait to see this.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen,
Alright,
BDX
lights are red.
in 3,
Agreed.
2, 1, let's send it!
Send it, let's
Berserk
go.
drift! Good initiation by Balin. 1 through 3 falls behind just a little bit as they transition over to the second outside zone. Balin on that savage angle that he's been on all night long. 1 through 3 barely catching up as we move over the inside clip to the third outside zone. Balin is on an absolute heater. And there we are, over the line.
Absolutely finishing strongly in the chase, I think. An ending zone. Oh my days. English take out of me.
This is gonna require everything that S15 has. Alright, second run. For the final time tonight.
1 second. Can I be heard now? I heard complete silence.
And as we wait for the lights.
Oh man, anticipation.
Let's go! Englishtown!
Englishtown. Okay, what happened there?
Alright, good
All right.
initiation, good reaction from Balin and they transition over to the second outside zone. Balin just snaps the car on angle, keeps it at a safe distance it seems, as they move to the inside clip. To the last zone. Balin keeping his distance and there we are, over the line.
To me, it feels like Bolin's over-angled severely, and due to that, he shaved a lot of speed from himself. That is a mistake.
We are not gonna comment on the mistakes. Alright. Hear Orphan Smasher's drone in the background. Where am I hearing that? Oops, sorry about that. Alright, let's pull up those replays. Alright, first run here with the cinematic drop-in by Orphan Smasher. 1, 2, 3 falling behind a little bit as they go to the second outside zone. Catches up better as they move to the inside clip and the final zone. Not really mirroring the angle of Balin very well there. And now looking at Balin's chase. Going straight on the door of 1 to 3 immediately. 1 to 3 was very thin on initiation. Balin sacrifices just a bit of line as they move to the second outside zone. Loses a bit of distance, but is doing a very good job of mirroring the angle. And to the final zone. No big hiccups. Judges are saying mirroring versus procs again. I definitely agree
This
on
is
that.
reminded me of a battle that has already happened before.
It
Just
did.
over today. So
Definitely very important that we get this one right.
I think Judge will place more emphasis on mirroring. Although proximity does become a good factor as well.
Alright, and we do have a decision. We have 2 calls for a one more time. A one more time it will be, no matter what the third judge says. Alright, let's see it again, I guess. Alright, let's expend that last bit of energy. Keep it clean, gentlemen. Both are ready. The judge is jumping. In 3, 2, 1. Let's send it!
Send it! Let's go!
Englishtown! Good initiation by Ballin going on that early line. Seems like I wanted to overcook it just a little bit. Good reaction going to the second. Second? Heading over to the outside clip, to the inside, as we go over the mid bank to the last zone. Losing out on quite some proximity there at the end. And there we are, over the line.
Oh man.
Very confident on that initiation and all the way throughout, although Bolin did manage to lose him there to the very end.
Some disruptions in pacing here. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, hopefully for the final time tonight, and the final one for these 2 drivers. We're hitting the lights. We're hitting the lights again. The lights are red. The lights are green. Let's go! Alright. 1 to 3 initiates. Bolland in tight proximity behind. May have overcooked it just a little bit there. As we go through the outside clip, inside clip, and the third outside zone. And there we are over the line. We did have some clipping there. We're gonna have to see if that was due to ping or if that was a mistake on either of the drivers. It could be on the lead, it could be on the chase. That is not a diesel zone. Just reminding the ladies and gentlemen watching that an overtake in a spot where there is no diesel zone, then that will fall on the lead driver depending on what sort of pacing they were at.
Indeed. So, it's up for the judges to review this right now and decide whether this was accidental or a true mistake. First replay is in, second replay is in.
Alright, I'm pulling up the clips here. Alright, here we go.
There was a tire drop.
Yeah, he did fall. He had 2 tire drops in his chase. And his pacing is quite unstable, not mirroring the angle of Bolland at all throughout any of the run. As they go over the line. Alright, and the second run there. Let's see what happened during that disruption in that second outside zone. Initiation, Bolland is doing a very good job of mirroring the angle as they move to that diesel zone. And yeah, that pacing is definitely off. I would actually not call that a full overtake, since they are the angle that they have transitioning over there is sort of going in backwards, and it could be debatable how much of an overtake you actually have. It's definitely going on a shallower approach to try and catch up to 1-2 without losing him. But yeah, that's gonna be up to the judges. What will be the heaviest point deduction here? There was no mirroring at all during the first run from 1-3, and there he had 2 tire drops versus that. That's a clipping. That's not a full overtake.
That's a lot of mistakes in one run.
Absolutely.
And some major ones too.
Well,
a lot of them.
It's basically it's one major mistake versus very many small ones.
No, there was 2 major mistakes actually. 2 possible points of DNF. I'm not spoiling, but take a look at the chat.
Yeah, for me, I always say that a full overtake is when you have fully passed the chase car, when your car is one car ahead. If you only have half the car or parts of the car clipping through it, then, you know. Taking every aspect of the rulebook into consideration for this call here, ladies and gentlemen. Really wish we'd just have a nice, clean, savage battle at the end, but can't have everything. Alright, and we are seeing equal mistakes, equaling each other out once more. We have 3 calls for a one more time, ladies and gentlemen. The only third one more time during this round of the Battle Championship. We will see it again. Let's
once more
keep it together, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Play nicely.
Lead judge. Tell them to keep them clean.
I think it's all due to the suspension setup of that S15. It's just doing weird stuff to people. Alright! Let's see if I can muster the strength. In 3, 2, 1! Above and beyond, let's send it! Englishtown!
Let's go! Woo!
Holland initiates.
completely.
And we have... That was definitely a heavy clip throughout the initiation. Absolutely hammering on proximity. I'm lagging a little bit as they move to the third outside zone. Only really falling behind a little bit at the end. That's gonna be some reviewing right there.
Absolutely.
Honestly, like if I was competing at this point, I would just try to dial it back a level.
Overcommitting here.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully the last part of tonight. Let's go. 1, 2, 3 initiates.
One in the
Ballen
way.
seems to be keeping the safer line. Does a nice job of keeping the pace just right throughout the second half. As they move over the inside and outside clip to the final zone, Ballen doing a beautiful job of mirroring the angle of 1, 2, 3 there. Alright, I believe we will have a decision with this one.
Yeah, I agree. We do.
Alright. No matter, we're still gonna pull up those replays. Alright, so that first run we had Ballen's lead going on that early initiation like Waffle does fill out the entire zone. That diesel was definitely not too harsh. Ooh. Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3 may just be pushing a little too hard. And for that second run, Ballen was sort of expecting calls to be made in that way, I believe. He does keep it a lot safer. Could it be too safe? We don't know. Doesn't seem like it. And no, I am hearing that. Yeah, we have a decision. We have a winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed.
Alright, so we are gonna move everyone over to the podium and announce the winner shortly. Stay with us. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the podium. T4, take it away.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen top 16, top 8, top 4, and finally we're here at the podium. We've seen everything, to mistakes, crashes, and absolutely great runs. Now starting with third place, there can only be one winner for third place.
That's gonna be announced
So
by
please.
Smooth entry.
Indeed. Today, second round of the Berserk Apex Drift League. Insane battles, as already mentioned, in the semi-finals, finals. And now, as we are here on the podium, the third place goes to Okier. Congratulations, you did some insanely clean runs, so it's not a surprise you got the third place. But
Hell
now,
yeah.
we gotta move on to the top 2.
Alright. The only 3 one more time calls I believe we've ever had in official battle history. Maybe have had them in some of our mini comps, but it was not a battle of who could do the cleanest, the most savage runs. It came down to counting mistakes. Sadly, it's not the best way to go out on, but that's where we ended up. Standing next to Volent there, we have Sigani, who sadly didn't qualify this round. Previous championship leader, but I believe we will have a new one after this. The Nutty Suspension Tune versus the 180 from BP Customs. It could only be one, and we did manage to reach a conclusion at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you the winner of the second round of the Berserk Apex Drift League Championship is... And they've done it again! The BP Custom Boys Ballin'!
Absolute cinema!
Ballin takes the win at Englishtown. This has definitely been more challenging than Long Beach was. We have some new staff members, people we know from before, testing out new stuff. We're trying to get continuously better for every competition, for every event we do. I'm so grateful for all the inputs, for all the efforts of everyone, from the community to the BDX staff to DXT, everyone who makes this possible and everyone who contributes to this and shows up to every event. It means everything to us. Thank you to Smooth Entry and to Elu, the BDX staff, for joining in on this one, and we hope to see you guys for the next one as well.
It was indeed extremely fun, and I will definitely be showing up again. I will be doing whatever I can to refine, and I will definitely be stealing some of your ideas to refine the BDX live streams. And contributing here too, I'm not gonna be just a thief.
Awesome. Alright, T4, have any words to send them off with?
Well, man, I'm just speechless with the skill level, the consistency of the drivers. Man, keep going. Can't wait to see any more of these comps. Man, I can't wait.
Hell yeah, brother. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to send it, and we'll see you guys for the next round of the Battle Championship.